All right, aloha everyone. Happy Aloha Friday, and welcome back to another episode of Manoa Valley Theater Live. I am your host, Dylan Chase Lee. Right there. Yeah. Still trying to get used to everything being mirrored around. Even though I've been on a Zoom show for the past month or so, it's weird. But I digress every episode. So instead of that, let's bring on our main man, Kip Wilborn. Kip.
Aloha, everybody. How you doing today, Dylan?
I'm doing pretty good. I think my digression wasn't as bad as a couple other ones, but you know.
I don't know. That's a special thing that you do, and we love you just the way you are, man.
Well, thank you.
Hey, we're the theater. We accept all kinds.
Yes.
Awesome. That's right. Well, I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for joining us again for today. And I could get a little report about what's been going on in the theater. They actually started the installation of the air conditioner today.
Yes!
Yeah, so Tuesday morning, we'll have a crane out back pulling the old one out and putting the new one in. So we're really excited about it. Should be finished by the end of next week. So those of you who have donated and made this possible, thank you so much. That was interesting. We really appreciate that. So this week I've been working on the budget for next year, which is a really interesting task when things are as uncertain as they are, and you're trying to figure out, project what's going to be happening. But what it has done, it's made me think about each one of those shows, like Desperate Measures, that we were just seeing that artwork from. And actually, we have a treat for you that we'll do at the end of the show, that very thing. And that's a good tease for that. But it's made me think of these wonderful shows that we're doing: Cambodian Rock Band, Be More Chill, Tiny Beautiful Things, and of course, Once Upon One Time. And it's just so exciting. I cannot wait until we get back in the house and have live theater. So everybody, help us out. Do your part. Wear your mask. Distance. We had 235 cases today. So wow. I mean, it just keeps on climbing. So do your part. Take care of your neighbors. Show aloha. I'm not going to bang on that one today, but so our season flex passes are on sale now. So next year, because in the event that we have to make some changes, we decided not to do a season ticket per se. So the flex pass you can use in any way that you want. If you buy a 5 ticket flex pass, you can go to one show 5 times. You can go to one show 1 time with 4 friends, or you can go to 5 different shows. So you can do whatever you want with it. So it's a really good thing. But they are on sale now. So give us a call at 808-988-6131, or go to our website, even better, because you can take care of it yourself there. And that's ManoaValleyTheater.com. On our website soon, we're going to be publishing our safety guide. Now, what that is that we've done a publication that will tell you what we're going to be doing to make sure that you're safe when you come back in the theater, and also so to let you know what we're expecting on your end as well. And we are going to be making a video demonstrating that, and hopefully it'll be entertaining and not just like one of the videos we had to watch in elementary school. So I'm sure Dylan will be involved in it, so I'm sure it'll be entertaining. Also, today we're meeting in planning the new date for the Manoa Marquee Sapphire Ball. And that we'll announce that quite soon. And I think it's going to be a very different project, and really looking forward to getting into it. Last week, the Po'okelas and Manoa Valley Theater did all right. We had 18 honorees who received Po'okelas, and we are really, really proud of everybody, and of also the audience. You guys making it possible. I mean, it couldn't happen without you. So we want to say thank you for that. And am I missing anything, Dill?
No. I mean, you hit my favorite point, which was the AC. It's going to be installed. That way, when I'm building a set, I can get some cool air coming into the theater.
Right. Of course. So, all right. So, Dylan, you got a good show for you today. Some local boys who've gone out and made good, and looking forward to it. Yep.
All right. And like Kip was saying, we have a little treat for you folks at the end. So stay for the treat show. Yeah. But we will talk to you later, Kip, okay?
All right.
All right. And let's bring in our guests. Okay. So our guests today are 2 Hawaii actors who starred in the 20th anniversary tour of Jonathan Larson's hit musical, Rent. Joshua Tavares, or as many know him as Baba, is a native Hawaiian actor from Kona. Getting his start on stage at Kamehameha Kapa'alama, he went on to perform at UH in Hilo, as well as several New York theaters venues. Zare Anguay, the youngest of 9 kids, is an alumnus of the Castle Performing Arts Center and is a choreographer for I'm a Bright Kid Foundation and 24/7 Dance Force. And we welcome both to the show today, so please help me welcome Josh and Zare. How are you folks doing?
Hey! Aloha. Great. Aloha.
Hey, maybe now I can talk a little more local. Every time I have guests on the show, I gotta kind of put on a little voice, but maybe who knows? But how are you folks doing? How is everything on your folks' end?
Very good, doing good.
Yeah,
Right
just
on,
making
right
the
on.
most of things. Just keeping busy. That's all you can do.
Nice. Right. So first things first, as if any conversation with a local person, what school did you guys go to? Where are you guys from? Who's your family?
Josh, you want to go first?
I went to Kamehameha Kapalama, and I graduated in '08, but I'm originally from Kona, the Big Island.
Ooh, right on, right on. Then there.
There. I graduated from Castle High School. KASSO, Castle. Anyway, I grew up on I grew up in Waihole Valley, but now I live in Eva Beach, so yeah.
Right on, right on. So for both of you, what was your first theater experience? Did you folks know that you liked theater when you were going to school, or did you find that like afterwards when you started experimenting in college?
There.
Man, my family tells me that when I was born, my mom, right out of the hospital, brought me to the theater because she had to bring the girls to the theater. So I guess that's how I was introduced to theater, like from that young of an age. But I gotta say, with everything, Mr. Bright being my director, I think that's where I started getting the love for it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I didn't do theater until I was a junior in high school. My first musical was High School Musical, and I played Ryan Evans.
Ooh.
And yeah, so that was my first role and my first kind of exposure to theater.
I think mine was South Pacific. It was either King and I, or South Pacific. I played one of the kids in both shows.
Well, either way, I mean, you folks have made it to the touring production, the 20th anniversary for Rent. So just what was the experience like? In the auditioning room, I can only imagine that it was very, nervous. Or were you guys calm and collected? You played cool.
Josh, you want to go?
Yeah. I mean, we had different experiences, obviously. So I'll let Zare talk about his. But for me, I was already living in New York City, so I auditioned there in the city, and went into it was an open call, so everyone and their mom and their auntie and their uncle and the dog from next door was over there to get in. So I just showed up early and put my headshot in and was like, I hope that I get seen. And they typed us out, so they just looked at your headshot and like kept the people that they thought would be appropriate based on your headshot alone. I got kept for that, and they asked us to sing. This was the first day. They wanted you to sing a pop rock song, nothing from a musical. I sang "You and I" by Lady Gaga, and then they asked me if I could dance in heels. I lied and said yes, and then like after that, I had a couple callbacks, like maybe the next week or a couple weeks after that, and they had us dance. And then they had us prepare the individual packets for Angel, specifically for me is what I was called back for. So I went to 4 different rounds of that, and with different people, the creative team, or just maybe the casting director, and got feedback on what I prepared, and then I had a final callback, and then I think they called me like the next week and offered me the role.
Nice. So, Josh, what I'm taking is when you go to an audition, does it help to lie just a little bit?
I mean, it helped me. It helped me because I knew that I had some time. If like the offer wasn't happening like right before we were going to start rehearsals, like tomorrow or next week. You know what I mean? When I auditioned, I think we had like 3 more months before we were going to even start rehearsals. So I knew like, hey, they're asking me, can you dance in heels? And that immediately in my head, I was like, I can't right now, but that's something I think I can do. So I'm going to just say yes. And I'm gonna, if they offer it to me, I have the time, prepared to actually make that come true.
Take some advice and tips right there. All right. And sorry, Zare, what was your experience within the auditioning room?
Oh, dude, it's really weird is like, it was like it all kind of went ahead with what I was already originally planning. I was planning to go to New York and audition. I've never done that before. And it was really last minute. Like, oh yeah, there's rent auditions, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to New York pretty soon. I might as well go for the experience. No, just go without any expectations, just to go for the learning. And I went. I don't know how much people. There were like 90 people at the audition, and it was at the Blaisdell where we actually performed this past
Nice.
Christmas. So it was cool, like just to be able to stand there and audition for the casting directors. And I don't know, I just literally just be yourself. You sing your song, you be confident in it. And they asked me to sing another song. And another piece of advice: have a backup song, and be confident in it, because I sang one song, Gloria, as my backup song.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's a if you're not a Rent fan, that's a tenor song. But the process, like I went, I did it. The casting directors liked me, so
Mhm.
they sent me all this material via email, and I just they wanted me to study like lines. They wanted me to read some lines. They wanted me to sing some songs. They wanted me to do a dance.
Mhm.
And I think I sent around like 4 to 5 different videos of different things that they wanted to see me do. And so I kind of waited like a week or so, and then I got like a call saying, "Hey, we want you to be in New York for the final callbacks." And I was like, "Oh!" And it coincided with a week that I was actually planning on going to New York. So it was like, "Oh my gosh!" That God said, like, "Oh, this is crazy." So I went, did the auditions, had the final callback, redid some of the things with that I sent in the emails, and I waited. I think I got a call back maybe 2, 3 weeks later, and I was in New York, and they were like, "Yeah, we want you to be part of the cast," and I was like, "Cool." It's like my family was like, "What?" And I was just like, it didn't hit me yet. It just
Yeah.
was like, I just got a job, like that feeling of just got a job, like yeah.
Well, I
That
mean,
was the
yeah, I
Sorry?
mean, no, I was gonna say your only reaction was cool because it didn't hit you, but like, did it start coming? Like, did you start realizing like after a while, like, I just got into Rent?
Maybe like the first week of rehearsals, then I realized I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in. Like, it just, yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
So when you folks first went into that first week of rehearsal, did you two immediately realize that you two were local Hawaii boys, or did you guys do a circle where you kind of said, "Hi, I'm so and so, and I'm from so and so," and then that's where you guys kind of like, "Hey."
Josh,
we actually met in the callbacks because we were both in the final callbacks. So were we in the same room when they made us dance there? Yeah, we were, because I remember. And I was
we
like,
did that dance.
oh, and then I was like, "Who's that guy?" And then they were like, "That guy, I don't know his name, but I know he's from Hawaii." That's what everyone was saying. I was like, "Oh,
and then
Hawaii."
they're like, from Hawaii. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's from Hawaii too. What is happening?
Yeah. So we didn't know each other, obviously, and then we didn't really connect until first day of rehearsal. So when I saw him, I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, the local brother made it too." So it was awesome.
It's really good. I think that made things a lot easier too, to tell you the truth. Just to have somebody that you can relate to, just with everything. Like, it was cool, man. I love you, Josh. You're awesome, man. You're awesome. I love you, bro.
And those auditions were really good for Hawaii-based talents, because even was Kaena Kikoa, she made it to Aladdin.
I
because
know.
of the same round of auditions that came down for the touring companies.
Yeah.
And
Jonah got Aladdin too. Yeah.
Lions, I love it.
And I think there was 2 other people from Hawaii that got into SpongeBob.
Oh, what?
Company. Yeah.
That.
Rachel Wong and I forget the other girl's name. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't think off the top of my head. But
the other girl he's here right now. She's like, "What the heck?"
I know, she's gonna scold me. Sorry.
Okay, we'll switch to a more possibly happier topic instead of you getting beat up. But what was it like touring with the show? Was it stressful, tired? Did you have just all this experience being like everything you imagined it would be?
Whew, it's a lot. I mean, it's a great experience. I think overall, I loved it, but there were definitely moments where I was like, this is hard because in a professional Broadway setting, you do 8 shows a week, but you're at the same theater, so you can kind of still have that sense of routine. Like you're gonna wake up at this time and do that, and you have to be at the theater by whatever the call time is. But you're used to your environment, and you get to go home every day, right? But on tour, you still have that same schedule, 8 shows a week, but sometimes it's in one city. Sometimes it's split up throughout multiple cities in one week. So you still would do 8 shows, but you'll be just getting on the bus every night after the show, driving to the new city, or waking up early in the morning, driving to the new theater. Sometimes we were driving for hours and we just went straight to the theater and then like start warming up and doing sound check and all that stuff. So that was probably the most challenging part, is trying to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, mentally, so that you can do your job, you can do the show properly, and so you can just take care of your overall well-being. So that was the most challenging part, but most exciting part too, because you get to see so many places and share the story with so many different people, and so that's my manao.
Thank you. And Zare?
I just miss sleep.
Oh.
No.
Two sides.
Like it was literally. I think it's such an amazing experience because you don't know what you're capable of doing until you do it. And I think majority of us, this was like our first tour. Like our cast was all pretty much brand new to tour life, except for James. James and Josh, but I think just being able to experience that with each other and just going through the motions, and literally the motions of the bus, literally the motion. But it was, you get to see like how people handle it. And I can say our cast was amazing. Our cast was such a phenomenal family. And my goodness, like, I don't know, I have no words to say. It was truly a blessing just to even work with them and just to be able to call them friends and family. Like that's all I can say, man. And Domino's, like that was a lot of Domino's. Domino's pizza.
Domino's pizza?
Yeah. There were never any good food places, Josh. You can vouch for this. Like, that was the hardest
challenge. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, man.
I'm surprised, like, of all the cities you went to, you didn't see any like restaurants that might have caught your folks' eye. Like, hey, maybe let's try this, this restaurant. There was none of that?
I mean, what it boiled down to was like, how much time you had. So if we were only in the city for the night, we were like Google mapping, zooming in to see like what was around. And then based on the free time we had, like if we could sit down and have dinner, or if we were like, okay, we're just going to order this after the show, so we have something to eat afterward. But I mean, that was the most important thing we looked for. It was like, what food is around this
what
area?
food?
And
usually
there's
some,
you can always get a Domino's and Subway. I'm so over Subway. I'm like, because sometimes that's like the healthiest or just like the most like appetizing thing that's there. So you're just like, oh gosh, Subway again. So that was another challenge. But if you knew you had a good food spot, you were like, oh my gosh, hallelujah.
And there was a lot of places where there was nothing. There was nothing. Like, I cannot. I cannot. But it was fun. It was fun though. But
So I bet when you folks came back here, when your folks show toured here, you're just happy and excited. This is like the one night I don't have to get Domino's. I don't have to get Subway.
Zippy.
Grind every day. Action.
Rice.
Right on. I just want to ask a question. Zare, you brought it up, how like this family, how long did you folks have with the entire cast to just kind of like bond, get to know each other before, starting this chaotic schedule of doing a show and then hopping on the bus and moving to a different city overnight?
We had 1 month's worth of rehearsals. Is that correct, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. To tell you the truth, like, we just found time to hang out with each other, like during our breaks in between rehearsals. Even on tour, like we had like a put in. Was it in Texas? It was in Texas. That was our first week, right? Yeah, like I think that's when it truly we started to kind of like figure out who we are as people. Like how do we work together, and like just walking back and forth from studio to hotel and just in that hot sun, like just talking and just being like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like we're actually doing this, and you just form bonds that way. Just it's so weird. It's crazy how quickly bonds can be formed in these situations, and and how permanent these bonds can be, I believe. And it was like I said, it was just a special cast. Everybody was very unique. It was a multicultural cast, and we just, for some reason, we all got along somehow. It was so cool.
Not always.
Well, not always, but like not always. Yeah, not always.
Tea with the cast. I'll leave the tea with the cast.
Yeah, the tea.
Oh.
The tea. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yes, Dylan. Yes.
All right. Well, on your folks' tour, I can only imagine that because you folks were moving city to city rapidly overnight, there had to be some people that were trying to, like meet you folks, get autographs. Did you encounter anyone that was just like pestering you folks and like you gotta say, I gotta go, I really gotta go?
Yeah, I mean, we usually had enough time to meet with everybody at the stage door after, and that was pretty common for most theaters we went to. That people, even if it was like the chosen few who knew where to go for the stage door, there was always somebody out there who wanted a photo, or because they were so moved by the story, or they've been a fan of Rent for so long. So that was always like super fun and exciting to like experience from that end, being like the actor who gets to come out and like hear people's connection to the story. I think there was maybe a couple of times where we just really had to book it into the bus, so we were like just seeing how fast we could do it. But no, we usually had enough time to talk story a little bit with everybody.
That's good. That's good. Sarah, did you have anything to follow, or?
I agree with Josh with everything he just said. Like it was really cool. There were like some super fans though. Definitely there were like I think there was one guy, I forget where he was, but he had every single signature of every touring cast that passed by their theater, if I remember correctly. And he also had all the original casts from Broadway. I believe so, and he had a sign, so now he has it. It was like that's just one example of a super fan, but they were all really nice people. I mean, that was what was really cool. Is like everyone was really, it's amazing because you can tell what a musical of this caliber does to people, and like how it affects them in their lives. Like it's amazing. It's truly amazing.
Good, that's good. And speaking of musicals, I understand that Josh, you have today for us a song. Do you mind singing for us?
I do have a song, and I don't mind singing for you.
Okay.
Since I came home, I've been trying to practice my ukulele playing again. So I am going to play a song not from a musical, just so everyone knows. I'm not doing anything from Rent either. So sorry if that's what you were looking forward to. But we're gonna just have some ukulele, and if you know the song, it's pretty popular. Sing along. So should I just go for it?
Yeah, go for it. Take it away.
All right. Gee.
Yee!
Oh, sorry.
May kaino. Nani ko Joshua. Nani. Mo. Aka. Hiki oi o lalo Hawaii ya.
Hikino.
Ay. I'll propose.
I wish I knew what you guys were saying, but I agree. Totally.
No worries. It's okay. Right.
But Josh, that was awesome.
Yes. You need to record that or something, because as soon as you went into the Hawaiian,
we were
straight to the pu'uwai.
Mahalo, bro. All right.
Unreal. What a way to kind of bring a close to the show. Do you folks mind if I bring Kip back out and we can give the audience the treat? Well, I mean, this was a treat in itself. I don't know if we should do the other thing now.
No, bring Kip back. Bring him back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring Kip back.
Let's bring Kip back. Okay, Kip.
Okay, Joshua never cast. Oh, hey, that was great. Yeah, what a great show. What a great song, man. We were just super, super blessed to have you guys on the show today. And Dylan, you said we got a little treat coming.
Yeah, we do. But
So listen, you'll get a treat. This is something that the cast of Desperate Measures, who, by the way, was supposed to open on March 19th, but didn't get to because of the pandemic, and will open our season on January 7th.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a little something they did that was shown at the Paul Keller Awards, and we're really proud of this. And anything else, Dylan, before we go to that?
No, that's pretty much it. So, ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Desperate Measures.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So remember, support the arts in Honolulu. Please support Manoa Valley Theater, of course, but the arts in general. We're all going to need them on the other side of this pandemic. So be safe out there, distance, wear your mask, and let's get through this thing together with a lot of aloha.
Hey, yeah.
Dylan?
Nothing else. Thank you, and mahalo to you folks. Mahalo, Josh. Mahalo, Zare, for being on the show today. And we'll see you folks next time on our 22nd episode. We got some really cool cats in the next episode, so you don't want to miss it, okay? Aloha, everyone.
Aloha.